Hello, beautiful soul. This is your energy forecast for December 28th through January 3rd. We're in the final days of 2025, y'all, and the first few days of 2026 are all happening this week. And I'm Portia, your astronumerologist and guide with the Soul Card Studio. And we have the Ace of Hearts guiding us this week. What better card than the Ace of Hearts, right? Because that's the card of new love, fresh new beginnings, fresh new emotional beginnings, emotional expansion, right? We all know that aces are the beginning. They're the spark. They're the seed. And then hearts, well, they represent emotions and then the element of love. And so the Ace of Heart is saying this week, a new chapter of love is beginning. Are you ready to receive it, right? And what perfect way to start the new year. So if this weekly energy update have resonated with you or they have guided you along the way, then please like and subscribe to the channel and also share this with someone else who could get a little heart-centered energy for this week that will help them guide them into the new year. So, your support helps Soul Card Studio grow, and also it helps me reach other beautiful souls like yourself with this message. So let's dive in and we'll check out the astrology for this week. So this week in astrology, we're crossing over a powerful threshold, right? Going from one year to the next. And so the universe is really setting us up for emotional rebirth. We're still in Capricorn season, but it's your heart that's going to take center stage this week, right? Being led by the Ace of Hearts. So on Sunday, December 28th, the moon actually shifts into Taurus. And so we're going to be grounding all that passion with stability and sensuality. And so what you need to be asking yourself on Sunday is, what do I truly value, right, under that Taurus energy? Now on the 31st, January 31st, which is New Year's Eve, the moon will be shifted into Gemini. And so Gemini is going to bring connection, communication, and celebration energy. Yay, right? It's perfect for New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve is probably going to be a very social and expressive night for you. You're probably going to want to, express your feelings, right? Your heart-centered focus with emotions, right? Being led by the Ace of Hearts. And then you're also going to want to express your intentions going into 2026. So also on the 1st, we have Mercury joining the sun in Capricorn. And so this is going to bring some groundbreaking thinking, clear plans, and a practical vision for 2026. And so this is going to align your mind with purpose, right? This is the perfect energy to formulate those plans, right? To get long-term plans underway and then structure or organize different areas of your life as well under that Capricorn energy. Remember, Mercury moves quick through these signs, so it's very fleeting energy. You may feel it at one moment, then it's gone the next. So take advantage of Mercury being in Capricorn for the short time that it is, and utilize that energy in order to really double down on your plans for 2026. And also on January 2nd, Thursday, we have the moon shifting into Cancer. And that's also going to bring up the super moon that we have happening on Friday, the super full moon, which is the first full moon of 2026. And so this is going to set the stage for an emotionally charged lunation that's going to happen. What's going to happen is that every feeling will probably be amplified at this moment. And so this Cancer full moon is really guiding us with intuition. You're probably going to be focused more on home and family and just the emotional truth under that Cancer energy. So the message is really clear this week. You're starting 2026 by leading with your heart and not logic. Perfectly aligned with the Ace of Hearts. And so this is really what we call an emotional awakening season, right? We're in the season of emotional awakening to new beginnings in our lives and a new way of loving, a new way of being. So be open and receptive this week to any new energy that comes your way and any new insight and how you love or how you want to be loved. So this week in numerology is actually quite interesting. We're starting off with the day 4 energy and Sunday. Now, remember, we are still starting off in December, which is a universal 3 month, right? 1 plus 2, where it's 12 months, so 1 plus 2 is 3. And so we're still in that creative, expressive energy, right, in the beginning of the week. But then we transition into January, midweek. And January is a universal 1 month. And so we're shifting from creativity to an expression to new beginnings, action, and fresh starts, right? So this is the perfect energy going into the new year. So again, I mentioned that Sunday, December 28th, we're actually starting off on day 4 energy. I like to think of day 4s as the foundation day. So this is a great day to review your plans, to structure your plans, to organize different parts of your life, maybe your closet, maybe, right? And so this is the time to get structure, to get organized, right? And to review whatever plans that you have going into Sunday. Now on Monday, we're actually on day 5 energy. And so I like to think of this as a freedom day, right? Because 5 usually do represent freedom, change, and so liberation, fun, right? Fives like to have fun. And so this day will be a day of change, maybe some freedom, movement, right? You're going to be moving about, maybe even socializing on Tuesday, because that's the kind of energy that, that 5 brings. Now on Wednesday, we're stepping into Wednesday. I'm sorry, I'm all right. Yeah, Tuesday, December 30th. We are moving into a day 6 energy, which is harmony. I have my days all crossed up. So we're moving into Harmony Day, which is the day 6. And so this day is going to cause for balance, right? And probably more home focused, family centered actions, or more emotional acts of kindness that you'll probably be performing on December 30th. So, and this is a great day to balance your emotions before the new year as well, under that 6 energy, and it being, close to the last day of the year. Now, on Wednesday, December 31st, which is New Year's Eve, we will be under a 7-day energy, which is quite interesting because 7 is the number of analyzing, right? Review. You're probably going to be looking back, reflecting, introspection, a lot of intuitive movement on a 7-day. And I like to think of the number 7 as the seeker, but you're going to be seeking within, right? Self-exploration is really what's going to be happening on that day, which is Wednesday the 31st, which is perfect, right? Because we all need to do a little introspection, retrospection, again, not just on 2025, but this last 9-year cycle starting from 2017. So this will be a perfect day to review the past, basically. Don't get caught up in the past, right? The past is there to help you build a better future and learn lessons from whatever you went through back then. So take the lessons, right? But leave what's not necessary whenever you do a review. Now, on December 31st, we will be under probably a feeling of gratitude as well with that 7 energy. So it's all going to be about reflection, having faith of what's going to happen for you for next year, and then also showing some gratitude. So, this is the perfect time to call people up and tell them how much you appreciate them and how much they help you grow within this last year. Now, on January 1st, now we start all over again because we're in this new year energy in a new month. And so we're actually starting off on day 3 energy on the first day of January, which is quite interesting because this energy brings the day 3 energy brings creativity, expression, joy, being sociable. So, and the shadow side of that energy could be worry and doubt. So we definitely want to be on the more positive side of the 3 energy on January 1st. So I hope that you're feeling more optimistic, feeling creative, and then expressing yourself in joyful ways on the 1st. Now on January 2nd, we're back on a 4-day, right? We're back to planning and reviewing and grounding our new intentions for the year. So this is the perfect day for you to ground your intentions, right? Especially since we're still going to be under Capricorn energy that day as well. Now on Saturday, we have day 5 energy along with the full moon. So this is perfect energy for transformation. Yes, reflection and transformation. That seems to be the major thing for this week. And so we're going to be releasing some things as well on Saturday, January 3rd, because of that 5 energy. So it should be a good emotional release or breakthrough day for you, especially with that full moon being in Cancer, We're under 5 energy of the day, which 5 leads to change, transformation. And so if you utilize those energies right, this full moon could be very powerful for you, especially if you set those intentions under the new moon, which happened December 19th, right? So we're 2 weeks out from the new moon when the full moon happens. And so now you get to review your intentions and see how well those plans are formulating for you on Saturday under the full moon, right? Because the full moon is going to illuminate whatever's been hidden in the dark. So this is going to be a powerful, powerful week, like I said. So we're going to be moving from structure to change, to harmony, to faith, to expression, back to foundation, and then release. And this is going to be a heart-centered transformation this week with the numbers. Close out 2025 in alignment, not burnout. Grab your divine aligned candle and journal to bring peace and purpose and divine timing into your days and to relax this holiday season. You can get 15% off all candles and journals right now on the website with the code holidays. Just go to thesoulcardstudio.com/shop, pick out your journal and your candle that aligns with you best. Again, these are tools to help you on your journey and help you transition into 2026 with ease. Now, of course, if you're looking for more, I do have the calendar for 2026, and that is our cardology calendar here for Soul Card Studio. And this calendar is more than just a calendar. It is actually a learning tool. So educate yourself each month as we have powerful monthly affirmations, also monthly journals, and then we have the daily energy. As you can see, each day is marked with the card energy of the day. So grab your calendar. It's a digital download, all for $11.11 right now. So awaken your soul and find your path right here at soulcardstudio.com. So let's talk about the Ace of Hearts, which is the card for this week. It's one of the most beautiful and emotionally potent card in the entire deck. And so the Ace of Hearts' purpose is to sprout seeds of love. And in its message, it says to cultivate seeds of your own passion, for what grows within you will stir in the hearts of others. Isn't that beautiful? Now, the positive side of this card is self-reliant, big-hearted generosity, and ambitious passion. The not so positive side of this card, however, would be emotional desperation, profound insecurity, and childish antics. Now, also, the Ace of Hearts is known as the card of new beginnings, of new love, and new beginnings in love or of new love. And it also represents a new chapter in love or self-love, healing after emotional closure, fresh opportunities to connect with people authentically, and meeting someone or meeting yourself in a new way. Right? So it doesn't always have to pertain to another person. It could be about you. And sometimes we need to direct the love within instead of without, right? It's easy to love someone else, but how much do you love yourself? And so the Ace of Hearts is really calling us to really look at that, right? Because remember, Ace of Heart is just pure potential. And the universe is whispering that your heart is ready for more. And so if you're using this card in a high vibrational expression this week, then you're going to be opening yourself to new love. You're going to be choosing vulnerability over fear, right? You're not going to be so afraid to love or open yourself up to others, no matter how scared that may be, or that scary feeling may be. Also, you're going to be healing through compassion, right? Be very compassionate with yourself and loving yourself, even through the dark times and in the heartbreaks, and just not being so hard on yourself, right? We're all going through life and learning lessons, and so we do make mistakes. So don't be hard on yourself when you make a mistake. Seeing everyone through eyes of love, right? So that would be expressing this card in a positive manner this week. Now, if you're on the low vibrational side of this card this week, or if you're expressing it in the low or shadow side, then you're going to be very closed off with your heart, right? Fear of opening your heart again. Escaping into fantasy instead of being grounded in reality. Over giving without receiving, right? Sometimes we can give to our detriment. And so you need to look at if your relationships are balanced, right? If they're balanced with the give and take, are you giving, and this person's taking, but not replenishing? That's something to look at. Or you could be guarding your heart to avoid pain, right? So emotional sidestepping, right? Avoiding things that will stir up any emotions or any feelings with you so you can avoid the pain. That's operating on the shadow side of this energy this week, because you need to be open, right? Keep your heart open, because as we cross from 2025 into 2026, the Ace of Hearts reminding you that the next chapter begins in the heart first. Isn't that beautiful? Right? Everything begins here first, right? This is the seat of the soul. So we start with the heart, right? Heart logic, not mental logic, right? This is what we're focusing on this week. So follow your intuition, be led by your heart and not so much your mind this week. And so the mantra for the Ace of Hearts this week, it says, my heart is open. I'm ready to give and receive love. A new chapter begins now, right? My heart is open. I'm ready to give and receive love now. A new chapter begins now, right? This week with this crossover from 2025 into 2026. We're leaving the old and what no longer serves us behind as we move lighter and with our heart into 2026. Okay, now it's time for this week journal prompts. Grab your Divine Aligned journal. And as I always say, sit for a moment with the question, take a few deep inhales, then exhales 4 times, and then begin to write the journal, right? Begin to journal on the question. Begin to write out your thoughts from there. So the first question for this week for the journal prompt is, what emotional pattern from 2025 am I ready to release? Right? What emotional pattern from 2025 am I ready to release? And this is a perfect question, especially for the first half of this week, because we're in the last few days of 2025. And again, this is the Ace of Hearts. This is the beginning of new love, right? And it can be the beginning of new self-love, not necessarily relationships with others. And so how can you love yourself more could be in that as well. So we want to know what you need to release, right? What emotional patterns, habits have you been looping through, especially these last 9 years, right? Let's not just look at the last year, but look at the last 9 years and see what needs to be released in 2025 so you can move forward in 2026 lighter, freer, and open to new love. So the second journal prompt of the week is, what does my heart truly, truly want in 2026? What does my heart truly, truly want in 2026? So this is a great question for the second half of the week where we're entering into the new year of 26. And you can kind of sit with this Ace of Hearts energy and see where it guides you, right? Because this is an intuitive moment. This is not one that you should be thinking about. It should be one that you're led to. And so what does your heart truly want? Sit within your heart space, right? Feel your heart space. Put your hand over your heart as you ask yourself this question, because really it is a heart-centered answer, right? It must come from here and not here. Where we're asking for the intuition, right? The spiritual side of yourself, your soul to speak, and it only speaks through the heart. So definitely resonate on what you truly, truly want for 2026, but let the answer come from the heart. It's time to celebrate this week's birthday. So let's start on Sunday, December 28th. If you were born on Sunday, December 28th, happy birthday to you. You are the 3 of Hearts. And so you are the creative lover, right? Playful, expressive, and charming. And your challenge is scattered emotional energy, right? Because 3 can have scattered energy. 3s tend to worry a lot. So, you may be worried about your love life and things like that. So that's your challenge in life. Now, those who get an extra energy boost on Sundays are those who are born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, 28th, the 31st, or walk a life path 1 or 4. You get a boost on Sunday as well. And so you should focus your creativity into something lasting. Now on Monday, December 29th, happy birthday to you. If your birthday is on Monday, you are the 2 of Hearts, right? And so the 2 of Hearts is also known as the partnership and love card. And so your your purpose in life is that you're going to be looking for deep connections and soulful bonds. Your challenge also is to maintain individuality in love, because that two energy, well, two like to cooperate, but they also like to meld or become one with their significant other or their partner. So you have to watch out for that and make sure you maintain your individuality in your relationships as well. Now, those who get an extra energy boost on Monday are those who are born on the 5th, the 14th, the 23rd, or walk a life path 5. You should embrace freedom and connection together, right? Because Monday is a universal day 5 energy. Now, on Tuesday, we have the Ace of Hearts. So if you were born on Tuesday, December 30th, well, happy birthday to you. You, along with the Two of Hearts, very rare cards, right? The Two of Hearts and the Ace of Hearts only show up once a year. And so those birthdays are December 29th and the 30th, respectively. And so if you're born on December 30th, you are the Ace of Hearts, right? And so you're one of those rare cards out there. And plus, we also have the Ace of Hearts week. And so let's double down on that energy with you on Tuesday, right? That's the energy that everyone's going to have on Tuesday. So the Ace of Hearts is new emotional beginnings, and your heart easily opens and heals deeply. And so those who get a boost on Tuesday, or anyone who was born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of any month, or who walks the life path 6, because Tuesday is also a day 6 energy. And so your job on Tuesday is to nurture love through harmony and service, right, with that 6 energy. Now, on Wednesday, December 31st, happy birthday to you if you were born on the 31st of December, because you are the rarest of the rarest. You're not even part of the deck, right? You are the Joker, so you are the wild card. So if you were born December 31st, I actually have a cousin. I have an uncle that was born on the 30th, which he is the Ace of Hearts. And then I have a cousin that was born on the 31st, who's a Joker. So very rare energy to ever run across. And the Joker, there is no other card like the Joker. It's not even part of the 52 other cards. And so it is really a card unto itself. If anyone has subscribed to my Substack, I'm going to put a special post out there about the Joker, because it is truly rare energy. The Joker represents infinite potential and magical beginnings. And the Joker could be any one of the cards in the 52 cards in the deck, right? Imagine that. You having that wild card energy and being able to play any archetype throughout life. So you can play whatever card you choose to play as the Joker. Now, those who get an energy boost on that day as well, or because it's going to be day 7 energy, will be anybody who's born on the 2nd, the 7th, the 11th, the 16th, the 20th, the 25th, or the 29th of any month, or who walks a life path 2 or 7. Well, you're going to get some spiritual insight as well as spiritual renewal on Wednesday, December 31st, which is perfect for New Year's Eve, right? And so on Thursday, January 1st, yay, right? So happy birthday to you if you are a New Year's baby. You are the King of Spades. Again, one of the rarest cards in the deck. You will only see the King of Spades on January 1st. And so this day is also coupled with day 3 energy. And so the King of Spades, well, that's the master of mastery, right? So you're going to lead 2026 with a strategic vision, right? And then we're still under this Capricorn energy. So it can't help for you but to strategize and plan for 2026 under this King of Spades energy. Now, those who were born on the 3rd, the 12th, also the 21st or the 30th of any month, or who walks the life path 3, will also get a boost on this day as well. And so express yourself with confidence and creativity on this day. Now, on Friday, January 2nd, happy birthday to you. If that is your birthday, January 2nd, you are another rare card. You are the Queen of Spades, right? And so she only comes out once a year, which is January 2nd. You'll never see these cards again. So actually, these last 5 cards. So we have the 2 of Hearts, the Ace of Hearts, the Joker, the King of Spades, and the Queen of Spades. Those cards you will only see during this time of year. You will never see these cards again throughout the year. So very rare, very special cards, and very special energy to work with. And so if you're born on Friday, January 2nd, like I said, you are the Queen of Spades. You're the sovereign, right? You're wise, you're self-sufficient, and disciplined, may I add. And so this day, right, this day 4 energy that we're going to be under on January 2nd is very perfect for you. And those who are born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, the 28th, or the 31st day of any month, or who walks the life path 1 or 4, you actually get an extra energy boost this day as well. And so this day calls for you to be grounded with structure. So the last day of the week, we have Saturday. Happy birthday to you. If your birthday is this Saturday, January 3rd, you are the Jack of Spades. And so you're the student, right? The master student at that. And so this is transformation through lessons and growth. So this is perfect energy for the January 3rd, which is going to be under the full moon in Cancer. And so those who were born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of any month, or who walks the life path 5, actually gets a boost this day as well, because we're going to be under universal day 5 energy. And so this day is going to be great for those to embrace change and have an emotional release on January 3rd, which is Saturday, under day 5 energy. So again, happy birthday to you beautiful souls who are celebrating a birthday this week. If you happen to be one of those rare special cards that I mentioned, you are truly one of a kind. And I would like to also mention happy birthday to all my Capricorns as well, because we're still in Capricorn season. You're stepping into 2026 as teachers, builders, and creators for the next chapter in your life. And I know that 2026 will be more than awesome for all of you. So here's the truth about this threshold week that we're in this week. The Ace of Hearts is giving you a mantra saying that your heart knows the way. So follow it into 2026. And also, it's inviting you to begin this year with love. And that's love for yourself, love for others, but more importantly, love for life itself. And with the Cancer supermoon on January 3rd, you're being bathed in emotional illumination. So your heart truly will become undeniable. So you need to close 2025 in gratitude and open 2026 in faith, softness, and intention. Remember, every ending is a new beginning in disguise. And so this week, being guided by the Ace of Hearts is guiding you with love. So may you cross into 2026 with your heart wide open and your intentions clearer than ever before. And I wish you the best in 2026. I'll see you next year. Take care. And remember, trust the process, but more importantly, trust yourself. I'm Portia with Soul Card Studio. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone else who can benefit from the message that we have for this week. Take care.